How many people right now are waking up going, God, Draymond, like I am, like, I want to repeat. Like, what are we doing? Like, I thought we were all getting ready to kumbaya all year. We're just going to load management our way and watch some rookies. And
in case you're waking up and you're away from your computer or your cell phone and you went to bed early, here's what happened yesterday at Warriors practice. They're getting ready for the season. They just got back from Tokyo, Japan. There was a physical altercation at the Warriors practice Wednesday morning that the team had to seriously consider disciplining Draymond Green. When a heated interaction with guard Jordan Poole escalated, Green forcefully struck Poole and needed to be separated swiftly, sources said. Green and Poole came chest to chest, with both players pushing and shoving each other prior to Green's escalation of the physical altercation. The Warriors stopped practice and tried to settle nerves in the team locker room area, but it appears that internal discipline is imminent. Poole and Green are known to regularly get into verbal arguments, but the team's management and leadership believes a line was crossed. Now, everybody was pointing at the video last year when Poole said something back to Draymond Green, and GP2 Steph Curry and JTA had to push back Draymond Green for going at Jordan Poole during the timeout. So here's what I do know. Here's what I do know about Draymond and Jordan Poole is that they do talk a lot. They do talk a lot. And part of it is Draymond Green can be a bully. He can. We all agree that the treatment of James Wiseman during Wiseman's rookie year probably was a bit much. Draymond Green literally got kicked out of the game for cursing out James Wiseman.
Yeah, not a ref.
Not a ref.
Not an opponent.
Not an opponent.
A teammate.
A teammate. He got kicked out of the game.
You know what I'm saying? In an empty arena.
In an empty arena.
Because that was during COVID.
A 19-year-old, you just berate James Wiseman. It's like, the kid's played three college games. He's up. He's up. You don't need to do that.
My favorite is when he throws a pass into no man's land and then screams at the guy who literally made a cut in the other direction like it was his fault.
Dude, I literally watched him throw a pass into triple coverage to James Wiseman and told James Wiseman, I'm guarding you. Keep your head up. It's like, well, there's three dudes right there, Draymond. You can't force a pass. So Jordan Poole is a guy who's not going to take that. He's not going to take that. Guys from Milwaukee, we know that. Tough town. Played with Jaren Jackson Jr. in high school at the prep school where you had nothing but ballers. Then you go to Michigan, you go to a Final Four. Jordan Poole's no punk. But Jordan Poole's a great teammate. You won't hear a bad word about him. If the worst thing is Jordan Poole's a little arrogant, he's a little cocky. Well, he's 23 years old, and he's playing on the best team in the world with Stephen Curry. You don't think Stephen Curry has a little cockiness and arrogance to his game?
Well, I think that there's a difference between being cocky and then we don't know. We don't know what was said on either side. Was there a disrespectful slur, slang, phrase, sentence, group of sentences that was said in one direction or by both parties that triggered this whole thing? That I don't know. And I would like to know. I mean, I don't think we'll ever get the specifics.
We'll talk to Anthony Slater at 8 o'clock, and we'll try to figure out everything we can.
Well, because there's this thing that I'm seeing from a lot of people. Draymond has clout, and Jordan Poole doesn't. And you can't be disrespecting legends. And I don't know. Like, Draymond has a history of, like, getting in, disrespecting everyone.
Right.
So for everybody to jump onto this side of Jordan Poole's the one who disrespected Draymond, we don't know.
We don't know that.
I don't know how anyone could do that calculus without being there.
Listen, this is what the fans do know. This is what the fans do know. Jordan Poole works his ass off. Jordan Poole has done a hell of a job to get himself in this position to go get paid. And when you look at Tyler Hero getting that 4-year, $120 million deal that could turn into $130 with all the incentives, who would you rather have, Tyler Hero or Jordan Poole?
I would probably rather have Jordan Poole because I'm biased. Tyler Hero showed more in his rookie year, but he's taken some steps back, and he's a big defensive liability, nor do I think he's the playmaker in the half court. Tyler Hero is a shot hunter. I don't think he can set up. I thought Jordan Poole's setting up of the offense was significantly better than what I've seen from Tyler. You know I watched the Heat. It's my team.
Yeah, I love Miami, too.
That's my East
Tyler Hero was unplayable against the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
The best thing that happened to Miami was maybe Tyler Hero having to take a couple games off because he was hurt. He was unplayable. I know I could play Jordan Poole against the Celtics. He figured it out, and he got better as the series progressed. Forget about Jordan Poole's Game 5.
His defense is suspect, though. Let's be fair.
Tyler Hero, too.
No, I agree with you. JP is a slightly better defender than Tyler Hero. Both are below average defenders.
Yeah, but that's to be expected for young players. You're not going to come into the league and just be great defensively. But at the end of the day, in the NBA, you got to go get buckets.
Yeah, I agree.
And Jordan Poole goes out there and gets buckets. All right? He gets to the free throw line. He creates for others. Think about that second unit this year with JP, Wiseman, Clay, Kuminga, Moody, maybe some JaMychal Green, maybe some DiVincenzo. Jordan Poole's a baller. You don't find guards like that every single. How many guards can play off the ball in this league? You can probably count on two hands.
I mean, let's look up at Sacramento. I always like use Sacramento. They've taken 3 guards in a row. I know Halliburton's got traded off.
Right.
How many of those guys are better than Jordan Poole right now? Are you taking Fox over Poole?
No.
I don't know.
Probably not.
It's a good question.
Fox doesn't create for others. He's a good player.
I mean, he got a $170 million deal.
He's a good player.
I'm just giving you an idea, right?
He's
They
a good
took
player.
Spider Mitchell. He feels like a defensive specialist.
Right.
I don't think he's an offensive player. Halliburton, I like him. I don't know if he'll ever have the range anywhere near what Jordan Poole has. So
Right.
that's my point. Is like everyone says it's so easy to find guards. Is it?
It's not.
Is it?
It's not. Not
How
winning
many guards have
guards.
the Orlando Magic drafted?
Yeah, over and over. They're already talking about trading Cole Anthony,
Right?
Markelle Fultz.
So I don't know. I think Jordan Poole's an infinitely skilled player, but that doesn't mean that he maybe wasn't wrong in this situation. I go back to the same thing.
Draymond's a bully.
When's enough?
Draymond's a bully, and that's not. If you're a team leader, and this happened, and apparently it did happen because Draymond Green was apologetic and emotional. The bully's got to stop. You can't be hitting teammates if you want to be a leader. Like, you're a leader of this team, and you're hitting teammates because of a little trash talk. Well, Draymond, you talk trash. Guess what? Jordan Poole talks trash too, and he talks back. And you know what? For the most part, Jordan Poole is starting to back it up. He's starting to back. The Warriors would not be in that position last year without JP.
What do you think the punishment's going to be from the team?
I don't think he gets suspended for ring night. That's number one. A lot of people was asking.
I hope not. I hope not.
They're not going to do that.
That could be.
They're not going to do that.
That could be something that would linger. Well, but
maybe there's a heavy fine.
Well, here's where I get a little worried. Remember what happened when him and Kevin Durant got into it? He got suspended for 1 game, I believe. I think it was 1 game.
Just 1 game.
Kevin Durant was pissed with how it was handled.
There's no doubt about it.
Draymond Green was pissed with how it was handled.
Draymond Green didn't believe he should be suspended for it.
And then multiple years later, they sat down on a podcast and then just crushed management.
Crushed management. You think management was happy about that?
No.
We sat down with Bob Myers at Chase Center. You brought it up, and Bob was like, yeah, we're going to move on from that. Remember Sounds I sat down with this?
By the way, that was the most journalistic moment of my career right there, where I asked a tough question to a guy that I love, and I hope he considers me a friend. And I swear to God, I cringed while asking it, and I'm thinking, somewhere, Ray Ratto's got to give me my wings.
Hey, you know what? I was very impressed. And it's a question.
I hate that guy. You didn't think I had it in me.
Well, it's a question I probably can't answer. I can't ask at this point. Hey, Bob, you got to be. But his answer said it all. He was not happy about that.
No.
That's a lack of accountability from Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying?
I keep thinking back now to that moment, me asking Bob. And as I'm saying it, I'm like, oh, God, he's going to kill me.
No, you got to ask the tough questions. He knows what time it is.
No, I know, but that's my point.
But I'll go back to Zaza Pachulia.
Okay.
He sat down with us that same day. We asked him about that same scenario, and Zaza laughed and said, some people laughed about it. Some people weren't too happy about it.
Yeah.
Well, and that building can't be too happy about this. Who wants this story?
Nobody.
On the top of ESPN, on the top of Fox Sports, on the top of 95.7. You got back from Tokyo, Japan.
Well, I know. Well, and you literally won the championship last year, and you're trying to repeat, right? And you're trying to thread the needle, which very few organizations can do. The future and the present.
But let's not lose sight of the fact the money situation.
It's part of it.
It's part. This contract situation. The Warriors are at a crossroads
and
here.
respect. I think
personal
respect
to Jordan Poole.
I know, look, sports is different, and I expect them to have major egos and machismo,
right.
and they do things that we couldn't do in the workplace. That's normal operating procedures in sports. Like, I don't ever try to like for like comparison.
Right.
Are there some comparisons? Of course there are. I go back to the same thing. You do have to have respect for each other, and so this is the question that I keep coming back to. Okay, how are they going to be able to move forward? Can they both move forward? Does everyone agree that both were at fault, or does everyone agree one or the other overstepped the line? Because that could create an issue moving forward.
Well,
you could look at him side-eyed.
Yeah, my questions are, how does Steph feel about this? And what about the youngsters? Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody,
it's not
James Wiseman. What are they thinking right now? Dante DiVincenzo, what is he thinking right now? What is Clay thinking?
Well,
what we saw Andre Iguodala tweet out. Now he tweeted out on behalf of both Draymond Green and Jordan Poole, and he defended Jordan Poole, which is really cool. But what are the leaders? What does Steph Curry think? what are the youngsters who look up to Draymond saying, like, man, that's our leader? He may turn on me in the blink of an eye over some trash talk in practice.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe Draymond is the leader of the team?
Steph's the leader.
I agree with you on that.
Steph's the leader.
Not that Draymond doesn't lead at times.
Steph is the leader. Steph is the culture. Steph makes everything pop.
Agreed. Not that Draymond doesn't lead at times, but there was always this thing from Warrior fans. He'll figure it out. He won't do dumb things come playoff time, and he always does.
Yeah.
He won't do anything that'll cost us a championship,
right.
But he did.
Yeah.
He won't do anything that'll cost us one of the greatest players of all time, but he did.
It did.
He won't ruin any of the young players. I mean, he's who knows what psychological damage he's done to some of these young guys. At some point, it's like he is who he is. He's never going to change.
I was listening
He's 32. He's never going to change.
I was listening to his podcast, Shasky, last night as we're getting ready for the show.
And this is an older podcast.
No, this is the one where he just talked about Jordan Poole in Tokyo.
But not the fight.
Not the fight. This is his latest one.
A couple days before.
Yeah, this is his latest one. He hasn't released a new podcast yet. We'll all be waiting for that one. Trust me. We'll probably be playing that sound all throughout 95.7 The Game all day long when that podcast gets released. Apparently, he's supposed to do a podcast with Pat Bev soon. So there you go. I know, Spinodi. Wow.
The next 58 top 20s in podcasting is theirs.
It's theirs. It's all there.
The next 5 years is Pat Bev's.
It's all there
in the podcasting world. I love Pat Bev.
So he was talking about James Wiseman, Draymond Green. He was talking about James Wiseman. And he goes, man, you could just tell he's smarter. He's watching film. But he also said, he was barking out signals on the defensive end. And I don't know if the signals were correct. Hell, I don't even know if he knew what he was barking out. It was almost like a backhanded compliment. Like, he doesn't quite know what he's doing, but he's making the effort. And we like to see that. We like to see the confidence. And it's like, man, just pick up these dudes. You don't have to always go down that road, Draymond. Why? James Wiseman's listening to that. It's like, wait a minute, I do know what I'm barking out. You know what I'm saying? I do know what I'm communicating. Why do you got to do me like that on the podcast? I don't know. It's just little things that Dre does, and it's just like, why?
This is who he is. I mean, this is the only way I can describe it, going back to the Chappelle show. He is a habitual line stepper in every facet of life. And then what he's going to do, because, look, I'm one of these people. I do stupid things, and then I have to apologize and walk it back, knowing damn well I very rarely learn from my mistakes, and I continue to repeat the same ones. It's very Shakespearean tragedy set up. Wow. I mean, his Achilles heel right now is this thing that.
So you're basically Draymond Green of 95.7 The Game.
I'm talking about in my personal life. Right. Like there's time. I know what I am. I'm not a perfect person. I make a lot of mistakes. I do a lot of dumb things, and I end up apologizing a lot. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to do that again. And then I do it again. And so. Like, when I see Draymond, I can relate to a lot of the things he does because I think I suffer from a lot of the same inconsistencies. And so it's easy for me to self-diagnose it when someone else is doing it. Right. It's hard for me to fix my own problems.
What happens to Jordan Poole at the extension now?
That's a great question.
Does his agent, Jordan Poole, does his agent say, hey, Bob, we need the Brinks truck. And if we don't get it now, we're going to test free agency, or you're going to have to make a choice. It's either us or Dre. What if hypothetically that could happen? The thing about Bob Myers' job right now that's difficult, he has to explore all options. Everything. He has to be ready for everything. What if Jordan Poole's agent does call him and say, hey, you got to pick one? May not happen. It's a hypothetical, but Bob has to be ready for something like that.
I mean, it's the NBA. Guys want out all the time.
Right.
James Harden was with the Nets for like 5 seconds.
And then you're going to get all the smoke today about Jordan Poole. He wants to lead a team. He wants his own team. He wants to grow on his own. He's grown within the Golden State Warriors system. He's grown to be a dynamic player.
If he went to another team first... If he went to another team first before coming to the Warriors, I'm not sure he's still in the NBA with a position to make $120 million.
Exactly.
So the other point of this, and I don't know if you saw this this morning on Spadoni's show, if you want the ultimate Xfinity Flex, I'm talking about the Xfinity Flex of the year, Bob Myers would announce that extension today.
Who said that on YouTube?
That was somebody said that to Joe Spadoni this morning.
Someone from the 415.
Isn't that
the
good?
Comcast business text line.
It would be the ultimate Xfinity Flex.
I just saw that on YouTube, too.
Oh,
I
did you?
literally saw it like 2 minutes ago on YouTube.
Oh, they must have texted in this morning.